Oh, really? Your parents came home, huh? They smelled like energy drinks and their eyes were all bloodshot. They said they had a crazy amount of stuff to do and were up 2 whole nights in a row. Adults have it rough.
Your dad is an artist, right? They really do have it rough.
Come to think of it, he was, wasn't he? I would very much like to see what kind of things he draws sometime.
An artist, huh? I've seen a number of watercolor and acrylic paintings on display, but he had to have been doing some other job too. Just what did Dad do exactly? He didn't let anyone into his workshop after all. I wanted to sneak a peek one day.
So the house was empty for 2 days after all that.
That didn't leave much time.
So, Keiichi, did you manage to go after the character who was in your heart? The absence of parents is a must-have for eroge protagonists.
He built up a lot of relationship points and raised all the right flags.
I have no idea what any of you are talking about.
That means you didn't need to cook for yourself. That means you don't need to cook for yourself anymore, Keiichi-kun. What did you make last night?
In the end, I didn't make anything for myself. Last night's dinner was, well, it was vegetable stir-fry.
Wow. Keiichi, you can make a little bit of real cooking now, huh? You made vegetable stir-fry? Did it come out good, did it?
Renaissance, you're being unpleasant. Why are you clinging to me?
A delicious meal and a friendly dishwashing together.
Oh, how nice! How nice!
Hey, I said you're being unpleasant.
Huh? What are you talking about? Mion, utterly confused, asked me for clarification, but I just barely, albeit transparently, averted my eyes.
Right. Does anyone have any plans for this afternoon? You don't, do you? Do you?
Today was Saturday, the beautiful day on which we were liberated from the confines of school in the afternoon. Actually, the school in Hamanazawa had a slightly different Saturdays than those in the city. There were a lot of students who were here who brought a bento, ate it at lunch, and then went to play in the school or around the schoolyard. You could say that the entire school turned into a children's playground. There were mountains behind the school, and if you went down that way, you'd find mountain streams. You could avoid the strong sunlight and make conversation in the classroom if you wanted to. You could also play hide-and-seek in the construction pipes. Of course, you were free to go home as well. There were some kids who went home and helped water the fields or tended to stores. If Mion was bringing up the afternoon like this, then it must have been for some crazy big club event. However, sadly, I had something I needed to do before taking part in whatever it was.
You have work? That's unlucky.
I wonder what kind of work it is. Maybe helping his father with his artwork job.
Huh? Or being a model for his father's art? A model? A nude one?
I looked into Rena's eyes and saw myself completely naked in a questionable pose with a single rose in my mouth. No! I wouldn't do that for 1,000,000 yen. To get rid of Rena's delusions, I grabbed her head and swung it from side to side.
Oh, stop!
Sorry. Leaving your fanciful delusions aside, I have something to do real quick during lunch. I'm okay to meet up with you after I'm done, though.
Work during lunch? I see. That sounds kind of cool, actually. What could it be? Are you having a banquet with VIP experts? Like a business lunch?
Ugh. This is truly sad, but you're right.
What? What?
What?
What? Everyone shouts wildly surprised. Whoa, fast transitions. It was true. Today I'd be on the job with my family. For my dad's job, he was having about 10 people from the publishing agency over for a house party. He called people from work for a party the day after having stayed up 2 nights in a row. I'm amazed at their vitality. Adults have it pretty rough. Of course, it would be incredibly uncomfortable for me. It would be really tiring to have to force myself to smile at some old dudes I don't know. But they were my dad's important business connections, so offending them would be bad. Well, with all that said, it was going to get very uncomfortable for me today, starting at lunch.
Well, well, what an intelligent child.
This is my... I don't know which of the parents of this one is. This is my son, Keiichi. Keiichi, this is whatever from that place. And this person here is that son from the whatever, I don't... Say your hellos. Hello. My name is Keiichi. I appreciate all you've done for my father.
Keiichi-kun, do you draw pictures like your father does? I miss that.
My dad has such a brazen occupation of that of an artist. Although I don't really know what kinds of things he creates. I don't really care, and I don't want to see anyway. Dad's so tight-fisted about it, so he doesn't show them to me very often anyway. I'm not a kid anymore, so I wouldn't care at all if they were pictures of naked ladies or anything.
If you study under your father as an apprentice, you'd be able to become a great artist like him, too.
Excuse me. This is just between you and me, but... My dad? Is he really that great of an artist? I readied myself and whispered my question. It might have seemed odd for his son to be asking this, but... When did He gave me this really strange grin and tightly clamped down onto my shoulders. Yes! He is truly a fantastic artist. Is that so? I'm glad to hear it. There are no purchase restrictions. He does fan service. He always answers the letters he gets. He has an inquisitive mind, always on the prowl for what the world needs. Taking off your socks? Absolutely not. And that goes for glasses and school uniforms, too. Mahabara-sensei understands these things perfectly. Every event sees him along the wall with a huge lineup. I'm sorry, but his pictures, they're not ones you hang on the wall? Not at all. In the beginning, everyone starts in the islands, and then into their corners, and finally climbing up the corners of the larger paths. The final destination is the famous wall. You too, please become a great artist who can display his works in unison with Mahabara-sensei. Yeah, I'll cheer you on. It's fine to have a lot of passion for the things you like, but I didn't really get it. It seemed that the world of art ran pretty deep. It was probably a much deeper world than I could have imagined. I decided to leave it at that. Then, I realized my mom was calling for me from the other side of the room. Keiichi! It's the phone! It's a friend of yours! A lucky break. Maybe I can get out of this uncomfortable business party by using a friend's phone call as an excuse. I scampered over to the front door and snatched up the receiver my mom had left there. Hello? Okay. Hello, it's me! Hello, me? That's not how you answer the phone, Keith. Oh, wait. Oh. Hello, it's me! Hello, me. That's... I don't know who's talking. I really don't. I want to guess Shion, but that would be a shot in the dark. Hello, me. That's not how you answer the phone, Keiichi-san. I implore you, learn how to use your words more properly. I was of the opinion that that the person speaking to me had a far stranger way of talking. Oh, and Satako. And it's unusual for you to call my house.
This isn't the time for pleasantries. Keiichi-san, when are you going to be able to come?
Sorry? It looks like it's going to be a bit long. I can't get them to let me go. I want to go do things with the club now, but...
That's not it, Keiichi-san. It wasn't about the club today. It's a real battle.
Sadako's voice was different from normal. I could feel the urgency in it drifting through the phone. A real battle? That doesn't sound good. What's the situation?
I will explain the particulars when we meet. Anyway, this is a terrible crisis. At this rate, we're going to lose.
What on earth is going on? Could it have been a fight? I didn't know who they were, but laying a hand on someone from Haminazawa was an absolutely terrible idea. Right, got it. I'll come and reinforce you right away. Where are you at?
We're in the Okonomiya Elementary School campus. There are signs at the station, so you should be able to figure it out. Anyway, we're in a huge hurry.
The school campus? The situation could have had a lot of people involved. Could have turned into an all-out brawl? Wait, who is the enemy here anyway? Oh, I'm on fire. Got it. I'll be there soon. Should I bring a weapon with me? Like a metal baseball bat or something?
You have a metal bat? That would be fantastic. We will wait for you here.
The call cut off abruptly. I needed to hurry.
Oh, Keiichi, I was looking for you.
Something...
San here from whatever was looking for a photocopy.
Now's not the time. Don't we have a bat? A metal bat? If not, then anything long will do.
If anything long will do, then my golf clubs are in the storage room.
I don't think that's the mom, I think that's the dad. It didn't have the same kind of impact, but a golf club was a splendid weapon too. It was lighter than a baseball bat and maybe easier for me to use. Thanks! I'm borrowing one. I really need to go see my friends for something. It's urgent. Sorry. What? Keiichi? Wait a minute! I grabbed a golf club, jumped on my bike, and headed straight for town. Wait for me, Satako! I'll be right there! Just hold out until then! I didn't actually know where Okonomiya Elementary School was, but Sadako's phone call seemed to demand urgency, so I rushed out without asking her about how to get there. But if I went to the station, there would be signs at least. I feel that's what she said. Then I heard the jingling of a bicycle bell from behind me.
Hello there.
Hey, Rika-chan!
Keiichi, you came quickly. You put the pedal to the metal.
Damn, this isn't the time to be out of breath. I need to hurry. Sorry, where is Okonomiya Elementary?
I'll show you the way. Come along with me.
Rika-chan rode off on her bike. I followed her. Satako suddenly calling me out of nowhere, but what on earth is going on anyway?
At first, we had the advantage. However, they called in a helper. It's bad manners.
A helper? What cowards calling for reinforcements the minute they realize they'd lose?
They're taking everyone out one by one. We can't put a dent in them.
Oh, gee. Sounds like they're pretty strong. Anyway, I'll ask about it later. We don't have time, right? Please, hurry!
Leave it to me.
With Rika-chan leading the way, we headed straight for the elementary school grounds. I asked Rika-chan something during that time. It seems that all of the club members besides me were a part of this fight. Damn, so what is Mion trying to tell everyone? So what Mion was trying to tell everyone was that this would happen? If I had known that, I would have just ditched my family job, but it was too late for regrets. According to Rika-chan, we had a one-sided advantage at the start, but our angry foes had brought in a powerful ally. The club members put up a resistance and went against them one by one, but apparently they couldn't stand up to them. The combined efforts of the whole club couldn't win? Just what kind of monster is this guy?
He's amazing. The enemy is orthodox.
Orthodox? So they weren't using thuggish brawling tactics, but had actually studied karate or something? Is that what she meant?
Keiichi is our last ray of hope now.
Okonomiya Elementary came into view. I could hear many voices raising hell over there. Whoa! Mion! Rena! Satako! I'll be there soon! I'll crush them all at once! There were a lot of bicycles left out in front of the school. I left mine next to them in the same way. I could tell there were a lot of people flooding the campus. We were the two armies in the midst of a huge no-holds-bar brawl. I took my golf club in hand. Whoosh, I swung it. I felt the sensation of it sticking firmly to my palm. Great. The feedback wasn't bad. I'm gonna go all out with this thing. He's gonna murder somebody. I dashed at breakneck speed to the school gate, swinging it around. Come with me, Rika-chan! I will show you what the mighty, manly warrior Keiichi Mahabara can really do!
Wow. Keiichi, you're so reliable. You're going to rampage with a golf club.
Rika-chan applauded me, though a little dryly lauding my valiance. The manly Keiichi Mahabara put it behind him and headed for the place where he may die.
But, Keiichi, why would you bring a golf club today?
I had no choice. At first I figured a baseball bat would have been good, but we didn't have any at the house. A golf club was far better than going barehanded, so I brought one.
How very excellent. I will give you a pat on the head. I can't wait to see your golf club rampage.
Despite the emergency situation, Rika-chan reached up and stroked me on the head. Hey, this is no time for jokes. Huh? Crack! Just then an extremely loud metallic sound rang out, and I heard many people cheering. Left! Ah, we missed it! Run! You can get to second base, go! Center, calm down, send it to third! The center fielder caught the ball, and after a brief pause, sent it flying to third base. If he had pitched wildly, it might get there. He gave up on the second and threw it to third with time to spare. The instructions from the bench, they were solid. Wait, what? Oh, Keiichi-kun's here! Satako-chan, Keiichi-kun's here!
You're late. Loafing around is only okay when you do it at the bread shop.
This Mahabara-kun, kid, will he really save us? We're up against the ace of Ushimiya, left arm Kamita-kun. He can beat Keiichi in class pitcher. He must be a god.
It's okay. I'm sure that Keiichi-kun can turn the tables. He's a really dependable person.
Murmur. What? He's the pinch hitter we brought in to take out left arm Kamita with the bullet fastball? The one who had one no-hit run, no-hit game after another during the regional qualifiers, the undefeated demon pitcher of Ushima. The super high school level pitcher that had already been marked by professional scouts. He's going to win against him.
Some greenhorn pitcher like that is no match for Keiichi-san. He'll send his throws all the way to the back screen for an easy victory.
Murmur. There was a slugger like that in this prefecture? I had no idea. He must have gone under the radar. Hey! Blank from Hayashin stood up. Hey! Take a picture. His full name is Keiichi Mahabara. Look him up in the database and send his history to our office. Which one is Keiichi Mahabara? Pictures! The whole lot of sports journalists led by Satako gripped their cameras tightly and searched for the rumored Keiichi Mahabara. As for me, I was so dazed at what was happening that I was frozen in place with my golf club up in the air.
Keiichi-san, over here.
Huh? The camera people stared at me through their viewfinders, and just like I had, they turned to stone. In the hands of their gallant pitch hitter, Keiichi was a golf club. Nobody could seem to understand why I was holding something like this, and at this point, neither did I. Cheep, 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 cheep. A cold, greasy sweat dripped from me. The first one to break the inordinately awkward silence was Rena.
Keiichi-kun.
Yeah?
May we ask you a question?
Please. Please don't. Psychic waves of my entreaty flowed out of my face along with my sweat. It somehow seemed to reach the two of them. The deathly quiet reporters all parted as Moses once parted the Red Sea, but Moses probably didn't go through the parted seas this quickly.
If you were playing baseball, then tell me that from the start!
What? Did I not say that? I mean, I told you to come to the campus with a baseball bat. What else could you have thought it was? And what manner of thinking caused you to mistakenly bring a golf club here instead?
I think Keiichi-kun must have done it on purpose to lighten the moods and get us pumped, I think. I think.
Rena smiled bitterly and covered for me with all of her might. Please believe her, everyone. I am begging you.
Keiichi loves golf. Pet pet.
Rika-chan started patting my head with a broad grin on her face all the while. I pushed her hand away, grabbing her from behind by her suspenders and picked her up like a kitten.
Meep.
Rika-chan! Why didn't you tell me it was a baseball game when we met at the station? I wouldn't have had to suffer such a disgrace.
Nippa.
Rika-chan's smile was like the sun, so incredibly innocent. Ugh, she's glowing. When I saw Rika-chan's radiant smile, I couldn't help but feel like I could forgive anything she said. She did. However, if Rika-chan thought I actually would, then she had another thing coming. Anyway, this is your punishment, Rena.
Meep.
Rika-chan still plucked up... Wait. Okay. Rika-chan still plucked up in my hand, I offered her to Rena. That's right. If the kittenified Rika-chan sent Rena's voltage into overcharge...
I'll take her! Rena will take her! Oh, you're so cute!
Hop. Spinny. Rena stuck out her tongue like a chameleon and preyed upon Rika-chan while spinning her around. Rika-chan's
so cute! Rika-chan's so cute! Oh!
Meep.
Rena held her tight as a vice and began to let her get her fill of rubbing her cheek into Rika-chan's. Their cheeks rubbed together so tightly, Rika-chan's face, it looked like it was being crushed by Rena's.
I do not know what just happened, but it looks like Rika has gotten her just desserts.
Yeah, I recently found out that Rika-chan isn't only cute.
Oh, I got Keiichi-kun's permission! I'm gonna take you home! Meep.
For the moment, I just gave her a 3-minute timeout.
By the way,
Satako, that urgent call was for a baseball game?
yes, that's correct. You said you only had a house party with your family. I suppose I was wrong to ask, but at times of trouble like these, you obviously must prioritize friends over family.
I felt like that's what I was supposed to be saying, not you. Well, it was just a business party for my dad, I guess. I honestly felt glad to be called out of there. So, what is the crisis situation look like? 6 to 7? which means our team is losing, huh? 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. What the heck? This game is almost about to end.
We would have had a little more time if you'd gotten here sooner. Do you have any idea how difficult it was for us to hold out for this long?
Alright, I'm sorry. Okay, so what am I supposed to do? Am I gonna be the pinch hitter? Just leave it to me, I guess. I may not look like it, but I went to the batting cages a lot when I moved here. My dad went there for fun, and I used to go with him pretty often. I'm pretty confident about just hitting the bat with a ball, but... Vroom! A tremendous sound rings out, the likes of which I'd never heard before. The catcher's mitt trembled, sending up a light cloud of dust, telling me the tremendous sound had come from the ball. Hey now, wait a second. What's up with that crazy fastball anyway?
Surprised? Yeah, that's a bona fide Keiichi level pitcher. Don't you know about left arm Kamita-kun, the ace of Ushima?
Sorry, I can't say I do. Wait, Mione? What happened to you? Mione showed up, and to my surprise, she was wrapped up in a bandage. Just what on earth happened?
Well, you came late, so I guess we need to explain from the beginning.
Oh, done with Rika-chan.
Yep, I had a lot of fun, and she's so cute. She's so soft and fluffy and squishy. I could just eat her cheeks 3 meals a day.
Meep, I can't get married anymore.
Ah, I wonder how Rika-chan's cheeks taste if you could eat them 3 times a day. It almost flipped my own delusion switch, but I put a stop to that using logic. I was an adult. Okay, explain away. How did things get screwed up enough that that a Keiichi relief pitcher ended up in a baseball game for fun? Everyone exchanged glances, then Rena spoke for all of them.
Well, at first, it was just a normal baseball game. It's nothing much, just a little grudge match between the Haminazawa Fighters and the Okonomiya Titans. We were just having a grand old time, really. Nothing much.
Well, in simpler terms, it was an intramural match. A match to settle the grudge between Haminazawa and Okonomiya.
We say grudge, but it's all pretty peaceful and friendly.
So why is our whole club a part of it? Some of you are wearing uniforms and some aren't. Last I checked, we weren't the school baseball team.
Well, that is, it was pretty irresponsible. They happened to have some players who couldn't make it today. They were pretty down in the dumps, so we ended up getting involved post-haste.
I see. So if there weren't enough members, anyone could come to the rescue, whether boy or girl, or no matter what grade they were in. That jumbled together feeling was the hallmark of our school. But Rika-chan told me we were crushing them at the beginning.
Mi is an amazing batter. She was hitting home runs left and right.
Mione proudly stuck out her chest. Doing so seemed to hurt her somehow, and she groaned pathetically.
Yes, every time Mion-san went up to bat, she hit a home run and brought everyone on the bases in.
Unlike Satako, she can actually hit the ball.
Rika!
Meep.
Alright, I think I got the gist of it. So, you were having a pretty easy time until that Keiichi pitcher showed up.
That's right. It was all of us at the beginning. Maybe we didn't get all of that many points, but we were always getting people on the bases. And Kamita-kun from Ushimiya just happened to show up to watch the game today.
Ushimiya was apparently a fairly well-known school in our prefecture that frequently sent people to Koshien. And this man, known as the ace of their baseball team, Kamita, seemed to be quite skilled. Now that I thought about it, it was certainly strange to see a cameraman and with journalist armbands here to watch a casual baseball game out of the sticks like this.
I hear that when Kamita was little, he was on the Okonomiya Titans.
You figured it out, right? His old team was losing, so that's why he jumped in as a relief pitcher and took the mound. Now it's just terrible. We can't even hit any foul balls, much less get anyone on base.
But still, a Keiichi pitcher barging in. It's unfair. We're just playing for fun.
All the boys wearing the Hamanazawa Fighters uniforms were hanging their heads in disappointment. I knew almost all of their faces. Isn't everyone here a classmate? Oh, I see. We're the only school in Hamanazawa after all. Oh, it's that one and that one. You were on the baseball team too? Bauer-san. His uniform was brand new and not very dirty, fresh off the presses. I could see handmade banners with their names written on them in the grandstands. I see, their families came to root for them in their debut game today.
That one said he just got his bat today as a present from his dad.
A brand new bat sparkled. With that kind of present, a man just has to perform well.
He practiced swinging a whole lot just for today. That one, well, he went too far and he tore the skin off his hand. See? Unfortunately.
His torn hand looked like it hurt, but from that injury you could sense his backbone. I get it, guys. You wanted to make your big moment a good one. The savior of Okonomiya Titans, we could hear the sounds of this Kamita-kun's tremendous fastball practice. This was no joke. He was definitely on a level far above high school kids. But at his level, he clearly shouldn't have been interrupting a grass-lot game, grudge match though it may have been. He should have understood how much better he was, too. This guy, was he being serious against opponents like these?
Yeah, Rena thinks it's immature.
Rena's eyes grew harsh. It took a lot to get Rena mad. As for that one and that one, they were sniffling, fighting back tears. We heard another tremendous noise from the mint. I turned around and this left-arm Kamita-kun guy was looking at us, grinning boldly.
Anyway, that's how it is. Now that it's come to this, we have no choice. We have to engage in a real battle.
Yeah, it looks like we have to get serious.
Yep, and then we tried getting serious, but then Nichan went out with a bang.
Mion, embarrassed, scratched her head, then a moment later doubled over in pain. Went out with a bang, but how on earth did she end up getting injured like this?
It would take a really long time to explain. The one thing I can say is that she came up empty even though she pushed herself that hard.
I risked my life and I couldn't even get 1 point.
Our secret plan did nothing, and now we're very sad.
I couldn't even imagine what sort of secret plan it was, but it must have been crazy enough to get her hurt that badly. Still though, we're still playing baseball thanks to you failing, right?
Yeah. Maybe Michan's last resort wasn't very baseball-like, I think.
We have no other recourse now, do we? It means that we need to settle the score front and center in a manner befitting a baseball game.
That's right. We have to settle it like baseball.
I think normal people would have given up and gone for a frontal attack. But as a member of our club, I wasn't about to accept that so easily. Like baseball, I don't know. If we look at it like a baseball game, then we can't be picky, can we?
It's our club's creed after all.
That's correct. We can't be picky. That's the virtue of our club.
Rena and Satako laughed to each other delightfully. It wasn't really a virtue we could brag about, but the best thing about our club was that we never rolled over and gave up.
But the cameras are all watching very closely, so it would be hard to cheat.
Rika-chan spread her arms wide, indicating the array of reporters in the bleachers. She was right. With all those cameramen watching us through those cameras with giant telephoto lenses, foul play would be fairly tough.
That's right. That's the bottleneck. Everyone's eyes are on us. We can't be too bold. Ow.
I never did think Mi-chan's ways were very ladylike, though.
Satako and Rika-chan both nodded behind Rena. Then let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns. I mean, our team is down 1 run right now.
Plus, it's the bottom of the 9th and we already have 2 outs.
If this old man's plan had gone better, we'd have had our bases loaded right about now.
There is no point lamenting a failed plan. Our club never loses heart and always goes on the next one.
Satako said eagerly, trying to cheer up the downcast Mion, whose secret plan had failed. It may have failed, but Satako still seemed to have another. Satako, you seem pretty cheerful, which means you've got something up your sleeve, eh?
Keiichi-kun, who do you think she is? It's Satako-chan, you know? Satako Hujo-chan.
That was right. We called her Trapmaker Satako, didn't we? She would ensnare our opponent at the perfect moment, the very end. Everyone in our club knew that we could never ever let our guards down against Satako.
I may have taught her, but she's grown a lot and doesn't seem to want to stop. Sometimes even I'm astonished at how she overcomes such slim margins.
By the way, me bats next, then Satako.
We are losing by 1 point, so if we could get the next runner on a base, then after the... We're losing by 1 point, so if we could get the next runner on a base, then the runner after that could hit a big one and end the match. And that final batter was Satako?
See? You feel like we can win now, right?
I can't imagine what she's got set up, but it's gotta be some kind of trap for sure. If I were in the opposing pitcher, I'd definitely walk her. There was no way Satako was going to hit a home run, even in my dreams. But if she was going to stand in the batter's box normally without any kind of plan, I can't think of anything else she could do. And the fact you called me here, I see. I think I know where this is going. It meant that I was a necessary piece of Satako's trap.
I'm excited! I wonder what Satako will do!
I can't wait to see Satako's walk-off home run either.
Kei-chan is indispensable for this. Understand? This is our last chance at creating an upset. We absolutely cannot fail.
Right. That much I know for sure. Just watch. The Satako and I will give you an Right, that much I know for sure. Just watch. Satako and I will give you all front row seats to the greatest turnaround victory of all time.
Then I'll explain your instructions, Keiichi-san. Lend me your ear for a moment.
Satako and I huddled up in a hidden place and held a briefing that anyone watching could tell was suspicious. I wonder what Mahabara-san and Hujo are talking about. I pray it's not some crazy trick like the one the president used. Our teammates, that one and that one, seemed very nervous. Rena gave them a wide smile, trying to dispel their anxiety.
It'll be okay, everyone. Satako-chan and Keiichi-kun will be able to pull this off for us.
But Ryugu-san, we're up against a Koshian pitcher. I don't know if Satako's traps will be much good.
Now everyone be silent and watch. You're gonna see an interesting game.
Mion, who knew everything about to transpire, looked like she was having a hard time stifling the laughter bubbling up within her. She was so terrifying as an enemy, but so reliable as an ally. Mion waved her hands at the umpire.
We got a pinch hitter! I, Mion Sonozaki, am switching out with Keiichi Mahabara.
Are you sure he'll be alright? The umpire turned an uneasy gaze on the pinch hitter who had jumped in with a golf club.
Don't underestimate Keiichi-kun now.
The members of our club were the only ones grinning with wholehearted confidence. Sachiko's plan was definitely simple, but scrupulous. It even looked like the entire situation had gone according to her calculations. The fact that we were losing by 1 point, the fact that I had come late, the fact that Satako was the last batter, it even felt kind of like this had been set up before the game started. There had been a lot of time since I got here, and during that time the opposing pitcher Kamita-kun took a bathroom break. Even that felt calculated. No, this is Satako we're talking about, so maybe she made him drink controlled laxatives to get him to use the bathroom at that exact moment. And while he was a long way off, shut up in the bathroom, our plan would begin. The opposing pitcher, Kamita-kun, there he was. In front of the urinal, pleasantly taking care of business. He thought it was only natural that he would win at a grass-like game like this, and relaxed enough to relieve himself without a care in the world. Maybe that was supposed to be his appeal. However, his relaxed state was itself our chance. Right now, you've already lost. Hold on. You've already conceded to our club. I, too, casually walked into the bathroom. There were 3 urinals. Kamita-kun was doing his business at the furthest one. I went to the one next to him. Normally, you would leave one urinal open. Kamita-kun seemed to notice me. I had stood right next to him after all. What? Look who it is, the big pinch hitter. He recalled seeing me swing the golf club around like an idiot, and he couldn't seem to resist the urge to laugh. I, however, wasn't frustrated in the slightest. The match had already been won the moment I arrived. The game had been decided as a big upset for our team. So now, all I had to do was push things along exactly how Satako planned. I'm the one who should be laughing.
I wonder if Keiichi-kun can do it.
He will be fine. When Keiichi-san is serious, he can do this much before breakfast.
That one and that one, our underclassmen, asked another question with much trepidation. Is Mahabara-san really gonna be able to beat that pitcher?
You don't feel any confidence in Kei-chan after being in the same class with him? Someday, he could be strong enough to control all of humanity. Join Kei-chan and you could easily rule the world.
The world? Our teammates exchanged glances. Did Mahabara-senpai really have such incredible strength? Just what kind of strength could that be? My question caused Kamita-kun to stare in bewilderment, and for a moment he didn't know what to say. Sorry, I don't think I heard you right. Could you say that again? I smiled thinly, looking straight ahead, and said it once more, clearly. I'll say it one more time. Let us win. Right to the point. No threats or beating around the bush or anything. Kamita-kun's brain couldn't figure out the meaning of what I said, and I could clearly tell he was confused. What are you? Some kind of moron? Let you win? Are you insane? I've relayed our demands. What is your reply? Yes or no? It goes without saying. Like hell I'd let you win. Is your brain broken? Kamita-kun didn't hide his bewilderment. He didn't want to be around someone who could babble on like this for another second. Those thoughts spilled into his expression, and he quickly moved to leave the bathroom. Kamita-kun, what does victory mean for you? That's a dumb question. Priceless, absolute supremacy. Nothing else can change it. He grinned lightly as he answered, as if to make fun of me. How like a sportsman to say that. Victory decides all. No one can change that. Of course not! No matter what kind of threats or bribes you come to me with, there is nothing valuable enough to make me abandon victory. I was waiting for those words. I, after spinning around 3.5 times, pointed right at Kamita's face. Then, don't you think you should ask? Something worth abandoning your precious victory for? What kind of compensation you could be given? What are you saying, stupid? There's nothing that could make me do that. He was denying it, but he stopped. He stopped. He was waiting. He was waiting for me to present some attractive conditions. In a magazine interview, you said your favorite foods are grilled meat, and that you don't like sweets. But you lied about that, didn't you? What? What? For example, let's say you went to a grilled meat buffet. What exactly would be on your plate? Pork loin? Korean barbecue? A pile of beef tongue? That wouldn't be it. You wouldn't bring meat with you. It would be all the pudding and gelatin and cake you could eat. The kinds a girl would love. Pretty cute and sweet. You love Western treats like that, don't you? Kamita's face turned utterly pale. Our club already knew that he ate a mountain of desserts when he went to the grilled meat buffet, and we were all well aware of his embarrassment at his weakness for sweets despite his age. Kamita-kun couldn't possibly have known that particular grilled meat buffet chain in Shishibone was owned by a member of the Sonozaki family. I'll have to be careful when I go out to eat with my parents from now on, by the way. No! I love the hearty bone-in... No. What you like is gentle, soft, cute piles of desserts topped with colorful creams. It's almost makes you think of a girl, adorned in frills and ribbons, pure, ignorant of shame. Cute desserts like those girls, so clear and clean. And with your acne-laden face, your sports cut, and your lust in full display, you sully them. Crunch, crunch, munch, munch. What? Shut up! That's right. You eat desserts, but you don't love them. You're just dirty to them, violate them, and chew them. All you do is relish in the enjoyment of soiling them. Ah! Please, no more! My secret pleasure has been found out. I can't go on living. I have to die. You idiot. Don't waste your life so easily. Kerslam! I hit him on the side of his head as hard as I could. Kamita-kun fell down like a girl. His eyes started watering and he broke down. I'm probably the only one in the world who thinks those things while eating desserts. I'm nothing but a pervert pretending to be a proper sportsman. That's right. You are a pervert. Pachwee! This time, I didn't hit him. Instead, I clapped my hands down on his shoulders. Do not cry, Kamita. What's wrong with a man being a pervert? Dun dun. Huh? A man ought to be a pervert, but admitting it sets a man apart from those below him. You've been honest to yourself. You can brag about that. You can be arrogant about it. You can be proud of yourself. Instead of blaming him, I told him to have pride in himself, and Kamita-kun couldn't hide his confusion. Yes, I have been deeply moved by what you have shown me. Wait. When you don't press enter and move it to the next line, it gets really confusing. That's what I thought the whole time, but I was mistaken, and you showed me that. Thanks to you, I can. Starting tomorrow... Wait, no, that is... Yeah. Yes! I have been deeply moved by what you have shown me. Desserts are nothing but sweet foods eaten after a meal. That's what I thought this whole time, but I was mistaken, and you showed me that. Thanks to you, I can. Starting tomorrow, I will be able to enjoy my desserts in a completely different way. For example, strawberry shortcake. Strawberry shortcake. Ugh. Kamita's throat cried out. The simplicity of strawberry shortcake, indeed. It's somehow old-fashioned, like the orthodox maids from the gaudy times of the late 1800s. Not these flirty maids with short skirts we have now. An orthodox, fully dressed, authentic maid. It's just strawberries, but please, master, I could not prepare any more than this, so please give them a taste. That kind of honesty is unbelievably great. Please, give them a taste. That's such a turn-on. Turn-on? I don't know who's talking. I'm absolutely confused at who's talking. Because I think it's Keiichi doing this whole bit. Whatever. Because there are only strawberries, the soft, accented cream decoration ends up looking like frills, lace, and embroidery. And she takes it and splits it with her fork for her master, an elegant aristocrat. No. It would be wilder if she took it and sucked on it vulgarly, like her bad master in his greasy sweat. No more than that. The dent on the strawberry after plucking it, isn't that even better? And you let your tongue crawl over it. What kind of taste must that be? The dent. After you pick the strawberry, I can't hold it in anymore. I'll go to Angel Mort on the way home and make a shortcake into my plaything all I want. These girls dressed up beautifully just for me. I'll draw even closer to the trembling maidens, and then one by one I'll show them. For everyone I eat, I'll hold my jaw tight just like this and appraise the goods, wondering which to eat next. Please translate girls as cake, alright? Keiichi-kun seems to be... Oh, wait. This is confusing. Alright, so this is all Keiichi talking. Like, getting into a thing. Alrighty then. It's super confusing. Alright, this is Keiichi, and the one responding is the one guy. Alright, got it. As if I'm showing off, I hold my jaw tight like this and... Whoop. Has there ever been a man such as this who could speak so passionately about a single piece of strawberry shortcake? No, there is not. And there never has been, I say. Such passionate feelings are trying to melt away the stubbornness in Kamita's mind. Kamita, I'll say it one more time. Let us win. But that would... Then fine. I won't rely on you. I rejected Kamita outright and turned on my heel. Enough! We've lost the game! It's over! Wait, enough. We've lost this game. It's over. I don't care about it anymore. Instead, once this game is over, why don't I head down to Angel Mort and get an all-you-can-eat of gothic lolitas decorated western dolls and frills and ribbon. Tonight will be the greatest feast I've ever known. Lolitas. All you can eat! Thud. Despite this being the bathroom, Kamita-kun put both hands on the floor.
I was wrong.
What's wrong, Kamita-kun? If you have something to say, then say it.
This is the first time I've met someone like you. Until now, I've always thought there was something wrong with me, and I had to have fun secretly.
What were you waiting for, you tiny man? I already said. Admit your perversion is what separates the boys from the men. You are a man entitled to pride. Now, reach out your hand and show me how great you really are. Come with me and accept that it is our world. Clap. Kamita-kun was crying tears of gratitude, unable to speak. That was the moment we exchanged in the most zealous handshake the world has ever known. The handshake of the bond of our souls, ardent and intense, tight and steadfast. For a long time we remained that way. It was an enthusiastic handshake, as though we were two brothers separated at birth, embracing each other tightly, as though it would give us back the time we had spent apart. That was the moment that the man who had passed into legend for eating so much during Angel Mort's all-you-can-eat dessert day, and he was banned from that restaurant forevermore, was born. He would eventually write in his autobiography that our meeting this day was fate, but none of that had anything to do with this. Then, until later, for now, we just play the game the way I described it. With just that, I turned on my heel and made to leave the bathroom. But then Kamita-kun stopped me.
Wait! At least, tell me your name.
Who? Me? My name is Keiichi Mahabara. No. I kind of felt I didn't feel like using my real name. Anyway, maybe I should lie to him and use a code name. Just call me K.
K!
Wait, was that actually an embarrassing name? I left the bathroom behind me at a quick pace, hiding my embarrassment. But from what I heard later, I apparently looked quite gallant coming out like that.
Satako to Keiichi-san, how did things go?
Keiichi to Satako, negotiation successful. We settled on he and I getting an all-you-can-eat dessert at Angel Mort. Mio, no problem, right?
2 guests for Angel Mort's all-you-can-eat dessert? Roger that. I'll set it up.
I am actually quite interested in how you negotiated with him.
They had a really fun talk about how delicious dessert is, probably. Oh.
After that, the game started again. I entered the batter's box as a pinch hitter in place of Mion, but all of the pieces were already in place. Vroom. The straight pitch whipped by me like a bullet, true to its name. The camera people raised their voices in wonder and clicked their shutters. A sharp pitch as always. He's really going places this summer, isn't he?
That golf club pinch hitter is standing straight up, too.
But doesn't Kamita-kun look a little strange?
It's like he's got a cold sweat.
I patted my shoulders with my bat and then sneered at him in a relaxed voice. What's wrong, Kamita-kun? Not feeling well today. I couldn't swing at the ball because I was too busy laughing at it. Was that all you got? You little... The next pitch with the same incredible speed as before. It curved sharply and it should have thrown off the batter's skill. But Keiichi didn't move at all. He just watched coolly. You don't need any little tricks on a straight pitch, Kamita-kun. Do people fall for those curves a lot? Batters around here, that is. Both the reporters and all the people watching noticed something was strange here. Was Oshimiya's Kamita, the pitcher who conquered Koshiden, losing the mental battle? The next straight pitch had incredible speed again, but it went a little wild. It was a ball. I snorted, not even bothering to get ready for it. What, Kamita-kun? Scared of going right down the middle? Everyone calls you the best. You'd never walk the better.
Shit!
Murmur. The abnormal, unexpected situation spread confusion throughout the reporters. What is he? Who is this Keiichi Mahabara? How can he be so relaxed when faced with that supreme fastball?
He's just bluffing. He knows he can't win. Kamita would never throw a ball that insincere guy could hit.
No, I don't think it's a bluff. They say that at a high level you can see right through others. Kamita is, without a doubt, one of the best, which must mean he can see through what that mysterious man's true value. A real business person looking guy took off his sunglasses and gazed upon Keiichi. Could it be? The idiot pinch hitter who came in cheering them on with a golf club was actually a genius. I'm sure the baseball has long since lost its charm for him, and he is now trying to switch over to golf. A genius slugger making a transfer to the golf world? What a tremendous loss for baseball! Stop the presses! We're changing up the sports columns! Ball! Now it's the full count. This excessive production was, of course, all being dramatized by Satako. The big shots consistently had their eyes on Kamita. If he were to lose easily, they knew the match would have been fixed. Perhaps she wanted this little play of ours to create a mood where it wouldn't be strange for Kamita-kun to lose, but... Satako, isn't this going a little too far?
Do your best now, Keiichi-san. Today, this game. Tomorrow, all of baseball.
I don't want any scouts actually coming for me. I'm terrified of what would happen when the jig is up. Wait, I can't be making nervous faces right now. Ball! Base on balls! Have you gotten scared, Kamita-kun? I thought you were better than this. Kamita-kun hung his head in feigned dejection.
Kei-san, I did this all according to plan, right?
Yeah. Well done, Kamita-kun. Keep going like this for the next batter. Let's wrap this thing up and then...
We'll go all we can eat.
Grin. Kamita-kun and I exchanged evil smiles. For some reason, there were a lot of camera flashes right then. It seems like our dear journalist friends took it as two worthy rivals smiling to acknowledge each other's strength. As I trotted over to first base, the camera flashes continued almost to the point where they were annoying. When I got to first base, one of the reporters came over for an interview.
Mahabara-kun, do you plan on settling the score with Kamita-kun and Koshiden?
The things seemed like they were about to get too big for me. Maybe I should just be honest and confess that I'm not really into baseball. Koshiden? I've never been interested in Japanese baseball. Sorry.
Whoa!
This man, right from the start, he was always aiming for the Worlds. He might become Japan's first ever big leaguer. What? The conversation was getting fantastically out of hand. Oh, I don't even care anymore. I strike a guts pose for the cameras in desperation.
Yes! Kei-chan got on base just as planned.
Next, Satako-chan is at bat. What will she do? What will she do?
All right then. Time to get that walk-off home run and win it all.
Satako stepped up to the plate, waving the bat around. The reporters couldn't hold back their laughter, maybe because they had just seen his battle with me. Mahabara-kun finally got on base, but now it's all over. I see. So this is why Kamita-kun intentionally walked him. He didn't even fight it. He waited for an easier opponent for the final out.
But to avoid a direct confrontation like that, we cannot make light of him. That Keiichi Mahabara?
All right. Come on now, Kamita-san.
You making fun of me? Who do you think I am, anyway? Kei-san-no? Mahabara-san was one thing, but you think I'd lose to the likes of you? Whenever this girl stepped up to bat, she had swung wildly and missed, striking out every time. This might sound rude, but however much Kamita-kun holds back, I don't think she'll be able to hit her home run. I could hear the reporters declaring that there was no way a comeback would happen. Wait, what? Satako. She swung wildly and missed every single time she stepped up to bat. She swung after the sound had ended, completely mistiming it. I could hear disappointed voices coming from those rooting for Haminazawa. It's only natural. Every single batter has struck out. Even if worse came to worse, no one would get a hit. And that's why it didn't sound strange when Kamita-kun said this. I can't take it seriously with someone like you. I'll give you a chance. I'll throw the next one slow and underhanded. I'll let you get a hit or two so you can go home and brag to mommy. Of course, these lines were all a part of the plot, too. From out of the corner of his eye, Kamita-kun gives me a look. Was that all right? Yeah, you did great. It looked very natural. Kamita, you are a splendid actor. No, compared to Kei-san, I'm nothing. Even that exchange was seen as heated and enthusiastic by the reporters. But, Kei-san, however slowly I pitch, can this girl really hit it? Don't worry, and throw the ball like we planned. I think I've got a good idea of how this will turn out. Our exchange over, Kamita-kun moved from the set position into a pitching stance. Come then, throw your merciful pitch.
Come then, throw your merciful pitch. I'll hit a huge home run off of it.
She had struck out every single time she was at bat. When I heard that, my vague ideas became firm beliefs, and out of Kamita-kun's hand comes a slow, lazy pitch, as though they were playing catch. Normal people would probably be able to hit it, but for Satako, who had been striking out the whole time, just when people started to think that way, the members of our club had already realized Satako's trap had begun. It was true. Striking out consistently today had been laying the groundwork for this moment. An act. All to make it feel like Kamita-kun letting off the gas wasn't strange at all. Which meant, in other words, that Satako... Whoa! She got it! Look at it go!
I don't even need a run, do I?
The super huge home run Satako hit disappeared over the roof of the school. The reporters lost their words at the sight, and then roars of applause. Despite this being what we'd anticipated, I can't help but stare in mute amazement at the gorgeous home run. Satako strutted over to first base.
Come on, what are you doing, Keiichi-san? Second base is that way.
Satako, you're really good at baseball. Satako grinned, showing her fang-like canines in reply. Come to think of it, she played baseball a lot with that one and the others during lunch, didn't she? The fact that they're always invited her to play meant that she was by no means bad at it. And you purposely struck out all those times? Since before Kamita-kun even got here? Jeez, you've really got something for every occasion.
I say this all the time, do I not? I only have one trap. And when everything is about to come to a conclusion, it's enough that I don't even have to worry.
Damn it, that sounded kind of cool. Basically, she was just bragging about hitting the ball, but when Satako did it, it looked so cool. We crossed home plate in order me, then Satako, and completed our walk-off home run. Our teammates welcomed us back to their blessings. Marabara-san! That was amazing! Totally cool! I never thought this would happen! That one and that one praised me.
How about that one? And that one? I turned things around just fine. Rena thinks you were cool too. Good work. It was nothing. I briskly clapped my hands against Rena's outstretched palm.
Satako did brilliantly too. She gave us a spectacular ending.
Who do you think I am?
Man, I can't underestimate her. Satako Hujo.
Keiichi was great too, winning Kamita over like that.
He is a magician of duplicity.
Rika-chan, I don't think that's a compliment.
But really, only Keiichi-san could have pulled off such a drastic move. I wouldn't have been able to do it myself. I would very much like you to teach me sometime.
If Satako learned such displays of power, that's terrifying to even imagine. I'd prefer if you didn't mimic me. After declaring the match over, the umpire came to us. Well, you actually won! I'm shocked!
We said Satako could hit it, didn't we? You didn't believe us at all.
The umpire scratched his head apologetically and apologized to Satako, smiling dryly.
And Keiichi-kun was amazing too, wasn't he? Keiichi-kun is actually the most reliable person here. Well, when I saw him come with that golf club, I certainly had my doubts, but that breathtaking battle against Kamita-kun had me on the edge of my seat.
Right, the breathtaking farce. I quirked a wry smile. Not even the Buddha would have realized that while everyone thought this was a fair match, Kamita-kun and I were thinking about our evil dessert-violating ways.
Excuse me, coach. You remember your promise, do you not?
Yeah. I guess I have no choice. We did it! Keiichi-kun, this means we're having a barbecue meetup tomorrow.
Rena clapped her hands and we all began to dance with joy. That one and our other teammates were jumping up and down too. What's that about? A barbecue meetup? Hey, wait, what on earth are you talking about?
Oh ho ho. We made a promise that if we won today's game, he'd treat us to a barbecue party with all kinds of high-class meats. It wasn't looking good for a while, then Kamita-kun appeared, but thanks to Keiichi-san, we've won that privilege.
I see, so that's what this was about. It was certainly not a game we could have lost.
Irie's big wallet will be so sad, so sad.
You're right about that, but I did make a promise.
When we eat, we do it without any mercy. We need to feed our growing bodies, after all. All right, everyone. Tomorrow we dine like kings.
Yeah. All of the members of the Haminazawa fighters raised their fists in the air and cheered. Rika-chan was petting the head of the umpire, who was smiling painfully at the off-kilter remarks. He gave her his head and looked like he was about to cry. It looked like the price of victory would be pretty big. You beat me, but I have no choice, since I promised. I guess I should go shopping for some meat.
Coach, get some grade A beef like you promised. We won't forgive you if you buy nothing but vegetables to keep it cheap.
Boo-hoo. Oh, boo-hoo. The umpire, whom they were calling Coach, grinned dryly, crestfallen. Umpire? Coach? The uniform he was wearing had a Haminazawa Fighters written on it. Oh, so he's not just the umpire, he was actually our team's coach. Mahabara-kun, is that alright? Can I call you that?
Yeah. This comeback wouldn't have happened if it were not for you getting on base. Please, come to tomorrow's barbecue. No, besides that, would you please consider joining the team? This walk-in impression is breaking down. If you were with us, we could dominate the whole prefecture. Ah, Coach! Let us leave that aside for now.
You should be more worried about your wallet.
Despite the coach being an adult, everyone seemed to get along with him very well. Coach, huh? Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Irie, the coach of the Hanazawa Fighters. He extended his hand to me. I firmly grasped it with my own in reply. I'm Marabara. Nice to meet you. Then the coach took his other hand and began to stroke mine softly. What smooth hands you have. Such a narrow grain. You truly take care of them. Ah, silky smooth. Hey, wait. I must strictly instruct our maids to take this good care of their skin as well, and punish the bad ones who don't. Maids? What are you talking about? Ah, such velvety hands. I just want to put them to work. The coach's eyes were spellbound and his delusions floated through his very own original magical universe. He made a supremely satisfied smile. How do I put this? Who the hell is this guy? You look so flustered. Our coach is a little strange, but he's really funny, you know? I felt like you couldn't measure him by saying strange or funny. I really didn't think we'd get along. Snap. The other self in my mind made a witty retort for some reason. Wait, am I the other self in his mind? I really didn't think we'd get along. How is that a witty retort? Whatever. Keiichi?
Come on, settle down already. You're making Keiichi-san uncomfortable.
Huh. Silky smooth. The coach didn't try to take his hands off mine until Satako hit him with a threefold wash bucket attack, causing him to faint. He's dead now. Satako's trap course advanced. Oh great, more walking. I do a terrible walking. It was a peaceful lunch break. Thud, clatter, splash. What? What was that? I just heard something really loud from the hallway. What was it? What was it? We rushed into the hallway, and to our surprise, Coach was there with a wash bucket turned over on his head.
Coach, are you okay?
Man, you sure got me. Hello, everyone. Coach greets us cool and calm. What's going on, Coach? You don't come to school very much. Well, I do come here once a week as part of my job. It has been quiet here for a while, but I totally let my guard down. Ah! Satako-chan's little tricks always come when you least expect them. Will you be okay in those clothes? Oh, I'm fine. I was actually just thinking of taking a nice bath, so this is actually cooling me off.
You sure are calm, Coach. In fact, you never get mad. It really makes you come off as an adult.
She was right. If I were coach, I would have started running around with the bucket still on my head looking for her. His adult way of not getting mad at every little child's prank was admirable. Listen, Mahabara-san. With things like this, changing your perspective just a little can make it either irritating or pleasant. It's all about how you react to it. If there's some secret trick to staying so calm after getting hit in the head with a bucket filled with water, then I'm begging you, tell me. For example, let's say this old and traditional family, dating back to the Meiji era. Okay. And let's say they had many maids under their employ. Being a large house, of course, they would have all kinds of maids, from veteran ones who turned mean and don't want to give up their jobs, to new ones who are young and full of energy. See? Can you imagine that? Yes? Yes. A space filled with dreamy maids in pink and peach adorned with frills and headbands, with Coach at their center, began to spread out before me. The newer maids, with all their youthful vitality, giving everything... The newer maids, with all their youthful vitality, giving everything they have to please their master. But the older ones won't allow that to happen. They find fault with everything they do, bullying them and tormenting them all day long. Look, there's still so much dust here. Oh, I'm so sorry. Do it over. Splash. A bucket falls upside down on the maid. She's soaking wet and she wants to cry, but still puts on a brave face. Ah, ah. Maids. I don't get it, but it sounds fun. Maybe Rena should be a maid too.
Ah, jeez, stop. You've even infected Rena. And you, Keiichi, don't go getting lost forever in Coach's world.
If not for this character trait, Coach would be a good person too.
One Satako Hujo-san cited. I say, Satako-san, what is this? I say, look at all this dust. I say. It's time for you to be punished.
What?
Yeah. Coach plucked Satako up and started giving her a spanking. Satako-chan, you're so cute. Satako can put traps together with such brilliant predictions. It's so strange how she can't predict the very end, though. Is it? I think Satako-chan wanted this to happen. She wanted it. Satako wanted this outcome? What do you mean by that? When she plays pranks on people like this, they always get mad and chase her around. Don't you think it's like a form of communication? Sounds like a terrible way to communicate. Don't people normally say hello to each other? Oh, Keiichi-kun, haven't you heard it before? People who play lots of pranks are actually lonely and want people to pay attention to them. Rena gave a cool smile and, laughing abruptly, explained. That's what I mean. If Satako-chan plays a trick on someone, she wants to get them mad or laugh and chase her. It's kind of like a kitty biting you softly. Don't you think it's cute?
They will definitely be surprised right here and jump backwards. So if I put it in this spot, it will work for certain.
Satako, regaling us with her trap philosophy, was improving the already brutal trap hell on the mountain. If Rena was right and her traps are to get people to pay attention to her,
then all these traps on this mountain were basically a crystallized form of those feelings, alone with Rika-chan setting up trap after trap after trap on the mountains, always waiting for someone to fall into them. But nobody needed to come to this mountain in the first place. Without a doubt, she and Rika-chan had spent a lot of time imagining how victims caught in their traps would react. Satako separated for her entire life from her beloved Nini, Satoshi. With her stubbornness, she never once said that she wanted him to come home. But all these traps sleeping in the mountain told me how Satako really felt.
Keiichi-san, are you listening?
Oh, sorry about that. What did you say?
All you have to do is pound one nail into the tree trunk like this, and it's already a great trap. If you trip up right here and then smack your forehead into it, it would really hurt.
A human hammer pushing a nail into your forehead? Yeah, that sounds painful.
If it was someone really, really evil, this trap could put them to death. I do so look forward to seeing what sort of villain gets caught by it.
Why do you keep glancing at me like that? Are you saying you want me to fall for it? I could get really badly hurt, you know. Maybe you shouldn't be using this trap.
Is that so? Well, it's true that I can't use traps without love behind them. Then I'll just move the nail here so that if the villain really reforms their behavior, they won't get caught by it.
Satako immersed herself in adjusting the nail's position. Traps of love, huh? Maybe Coach was right. Just by reacting a little differently, everything changes. Come to think of it, maybe you can feel humor and warmth even when Satako's traps get you.
All finished. Now it's absolutely perfect where it is. What do you think, Keiichi-san?
Yeah, that's perfect. I hope a villain comes along and gets caught up by this trap.
Whoa! No, of course it would be better if that didn't happen.
It looked a little painful, but I considered something coming here sometime and getting caught in it. And that's it. Okay. Another one that doesn't really seem like it does much. It introduced Coach, though, so we got a new character who would be done in my shittiest Christopher Walken, apparently. But at least he has a defined voice, so that's a good thing. That's more than I can say for some of the other randos. Story-wise, still not much to say. This entire episode was a baseball game, so maybe there's going to be some fallout from Keiichi leaving his dad's business party thing early, since it seems like he kind of left there really unexpectedly. One thing I'm noticing a lot is this may be something that the game has to be patched for, but there are a lot of lines not being, like, entered onto the next line. So it's like someone else talking, and I'm noticing a lot of, like, the quotation marks denoting people talking, sometimes not actually being there. And it's making it really, really confusing sometimes. There was that entire part where I had it flipped and where Keiichi was the one supposed to be talking about the desserts and the other guy reacting, which was confusing, and, well. But yeah, this entire episode was a baseball game showing off how good Satako is at planning shit, which will probably come up later. Yeah, not much to say, really, prediction-wise. I'm still waiting for Shion to show up at some point. Coach is as a new character. I wonder how into this story is actually gonna be. I mean, he also got featured in the tips, so he got features in the tips and also has his maid fetish or whatever thing. So he's got a character to him. He'll probably stick around for a bit and show up, but I don't really know much else. He's just Coach, I guess. Cool, kind of adult guy. Probably going to be cannon fodder for an early death, to be honest. Yeah, that's about it. I got nothing. I will say, a little behind the scenes, it is weird how stuffed up your nose gets when you just talk for like an hour straight. Like, really weird. So you may notice that sometimes it sounds like my voice changes because my fucking nose gets stuffed up and I don't know why. And it's bugging me. And it happens a lot. So yeah. Not really much happening. It was another seemingly just filler episode of an anime today, all about a baseball game. An entertaining baseball game, not gonna lie. I found it very neat. Introduced a new character, but other than that, to the overarching story, I have no idea. Getting a lot more Keiichi Satako connections. There's definitely gonna be something, that whole brother-sister relationship thing is gonna come into play in probably a very big way later on. And that's really all I got prediction-wise, so see you in the next one.